Hello and welcome to today's Living Word. I'm Dwayne Matz. We're continuing in the book of Isaiah chapter 3, looking at verses 13 through 15 this morning. Don't trample. We read, the Lord stands up to plead and stands to judge the people. The Lord will enter into judgment with the elders of his people and his princes. For you have eaten up the vineyard. The plunder of the poor is in your houses. What do you mean by crushing my people and grinding the faces of the poor, says the Lord God of hosts. That's Isaiah 3:13 through 15. The Lord stands up. He's done sitting idly by while the wrongs continue in the land. He will do something about it, and woe to those who are on the other end of God's judgment. Here we see the leaders of the church, elders, and the leaders of civil government, princes, have finally gone too far. The elders, the church, has eaten up the vineyard of God. They've gobbled up his grace and used it as a license to continue in sin. The cheapening of God's grace is serious business in his vineyard, in his church. Romans 6:1 says it this way, what shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? Certainly not. How shall we who died to sin live any longer in it? And in Hebrews 10:29, of how much worse punishment do you suppose will he be thought worthy who has trampled the Son of God underfoot, counted the blood of the covenant by which he was sanctified a common thing, and insulted the Spirit of grace? God asked, what do you mean by crushing my people? What do you mean by substituting my grace with your man-made rules and regulations? That's what happens when the grace is cheapened. It's replaced by man-made rules in an attempt to manufacture righteousness. The leaders in civil government have also abused their privilege by plundering the poor and lining their pockets with ill-gotten wealth. Instead of lifting up the poor have their faces rubbed in their lot, further demeaning them. God just won't take this abuse of grace and justice lightly. He will stand up against it, and when he does, woe. Proverbs 22:22 and 23 says, do not rob the poor because he is poor, nor oppress the afflicted at the gate, for the Lord will plead their cause and plunder the soul of those who plunder them. I'm Dwayne Matz, and that's today's Living Word.